All right, what's up, everybody? So, I'm here with what I think is one of the coolest frames design wise and conceptually in Warframe, which is Garuda. I'm here to address some of the recent allegations from my recent video about defensive modding. Now, some of you noticed there was a frame at the top of my list for defensive mod usage. And it was indeed Garuda. I believe she had 6 defensive mods. So I just wanted to kind of give some more insight on that and share some secrets with you. Okay. This is pretty hidden tech. So, first of all, shards. Got some cast speed, got some strength for some breakpoints. Now, I want to share some crazy Warframe tech. Unseen. I don't know if anyone knows this is a mechanic in the game. But I'm going to share it with you today. So, you see this bar right here? Right? So you can actually change the names on that with this, but it's more it's not just like to change these names. If you click on these, you can actually go to different builds for a Warframe. Yeah, I was shocked as well. I just found out about this mechanic. Apparently every frame has this. You can buy more, like just wild. Okay, in all seriousness, memes aside. So this is the health build that I think I had like roughly this build. So I think I was counting like one, two, three, four, five, six was my 6 mods. Now, what did I say in that defensive mod video? I said if a frame has X kind of synergy, I'm going to use a build with that synergy. So in the case of Garuda, she has healing abilities and healing synergy. So I used my health build for her. That's not actually the build I usually run on Garuda. This is the build I usually run on Garuda. It is a Shieldgating build with Molt Reconstruct. Arcane Aegis is like kind of here just because, like, frankly, she doesn't really need a whole lot of stats. Obviously, you don't really care about efficiency because you have infinite energy. Strength is like, it's not bad to stack strength. Like, it does increase her damage, but like, once you hit the status, the slash status chance cap on Seeking Talons, it's like, it's not super noticeable. I mean, obviously you don't want to have like no strength, but I would rather have range because her one can go through walls. I personally really like blending talons. So yeah, so this is the build I usually run on her. So brief respite, catalyzing shields. So basically like 3 range mods, enough strength to still hit the cap. So I do that through Unblown Intensify, Augur Secrets, Power Drift, and 2 red shards. Molt Reconstruct completely offsets her 3. So anytime you, and so I somebody had mentioned this on my previous video. Yes, I am aware of this interaction. This is the normal build I use on Garuda. And so I just personally like blending talons more. I think, frankly, because I'm just kind of lazy, it's nice that it's a point blank AoE rather than having to like aim it. I feel like this is a little more consistent. The secondary part where you get like combo count chance when hitting enemies, it's like whatever, like it doesn't really matter. So yeah, so this is the build I normally use on Garuda. Frankly, I think Garuda is a really overlooked frame. She has like some long cast animations, but guys, like topaz shards exist. Just throw some topaz shards on her. It's good to go. All you need is a little bit of cast speed. Now, another thing I wanted to mention, because I forget the name of the creator. Oh gosh, I'm gonna forget their name, but they put out a pretty long video about Garuda. Had really good information. I really liked it. They made their video in direct response to Brozine making a bad video about Garuda. Now, I just thought that was kind of funny. So this other creator, and I'll put a link in my description about that video, but one of the things they noted was like Brozime said that influence was like the only build to use on her claws. I actually don't like. I mean, like obviously, influence is very, 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 very strong, of course. However, um, so not every frame likes to run around with like Naramon. Sometimes you want other mods, like whatever. So I personally like to use like a no combo point build on her claws, um, and then run melee afflictions. So why melee afflictions? So her claws are really high status. Now you notice I don't have a companion out because my companion will just kill everything instantly if I use my four. So why melee afflictions? So that knock up from Vermilion Storm counts towards melee afflictions. So you just literally do that and they get like a bajillion slash procs and they die. So like I hit them twice and they had 16 slash procs and now they're dead. So like, you know, an insanely good ability. Now obviously that's on top of the fact that she can just, you know, just destroy everything with her 1 and 4 combo. So like, you know, Garuda's a pretty freaking good frame. On top of this, like, yes, you can go completely invulnerable with her 1 augment. I don't really like her 1 augment because it's just kind of seems superfluous on a Shieldgate build. Like you already are super tanky between your Dreadmere. Also, Dreadmere is synergizes so well with shield gating build. So it's weird because she is a health frame kind of because that's like what her abilities would suggest, but I actually think she is better suited as to be a shield gate frame. So for companions, I usually run the Doriga is pretty nice, which I know a lot of people use. So for let me just get this on here. So unfortunately, I think that this has base electric damage, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so like the Volclock is kind of whatever. The reason I use this is because the crit chance is over 50%, so I can use Tenacious Bond on my Doriga. So really with a companion, you want to, like, for additional shield gating, you want a companion that can spread status effects, um, and then reset its abilities to spread more status effects. And then ideally, if it can use a weapon that can get over 50% crit, then you can use Tenacious Bond for an additional crit damage multiplier. And so, you know, Manifold Bond, reducing companion ability cooldowns, that reduces the cooldown of Guardian and Shield Charger, and also Arc Coil, which is the ability they use to spread status effects. So like there's just this cycle of them, the Doriga, like spreading status effects, giving you shield gating, and then that getting reset over and over again. Now the one downside with the Doriga is it is a health based companion, so you can't use the reinforced bond. So this one's really nice, but there's no really like perfect companion. The other companion I use a lot is the Hound. So hounds are a little different. You know, you can get some different so I personally like heat and viral, and then of course radiation and magnetic. And for the hounds, you know, you can do a similar thing. I usually just run Guardian because there's not really room for Shield Charger as well, because there's also the Hound specific mods. But this thing with Garuda will, like, I have literally done entire missions where I just used my 4 and I let my Hound kill everything because like it already does stupid damage, and then you add you know, you add Garuda's 4 on top and it will just like murder everything. And then of course like you can throw breach surge out there too, and then everything just starts exploding, and like it's just a really chill loadout, you know, like everything you're doing is either resetting your shields or giving you energy, or like both, you know, or giving you health back because of Molt Reconstruct. I actually don't really know why Garuda isn't played more often, to be completely honest. I'm actually not really sure why she's not. So, you know, I think she's a really great frame. I think her claws are actually insanely strong. You can go a melee influence build on them. I think that that's my other loadout on here. No, I'm actually using afflictions on there as well. I think it's just because I use melee influence on like so many melee builds. It feels really awful to also use melee influence on this weapon as well. So I run like one where I do build up my combo counter and one where I don't. Where I don't, it didn't really feel like it was worth having Tennokai, and I didn't want to put an Umbral form on here. Um, so yeah, like don't overlook her claws. Don't overlook like melee afflict. So there are a couple melee mods that are pretty damn strong. They're just kind of they're only applicable on very specific weapons. So that would be like melee Dowdy is like actually really good, but you need the right weapon to use it. Melee affliction, same thing. It can be really strong, but needs to be the right weapon. Melee influence basically works on almost any melee. So that's why pretty much every melee build is melee influence. It's nice to use a build that's not melee influence every once in a while. So yeah, so that's my actual Garuda build. Just for anybody who's wondering. So no, I'm not normally running around with 47 defensive mods on her. I just wanted to. I thought that was kind of funny, the reaction to that. So yeah, the reason why I went with the health build for the video is like I said, she has some amount of health synergy in her kit, and I only wanted to use one build per frame. Of course, like you could theoretically try to do a health tanking and shield gating build on every single frame. A lot of frames you can use multiple of those together, of course. That just felt like it would be really confusing. So I decided not to do that. I went with like the one-to-one approach. So anyways, I appreciate all the feedback on that video. Thanks for all the interest. Now I've come clean about Garuda, so people can stop being so concerned. Um, Really, really funny comments on that last video. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all have a good day, and appreciate you watching. See you around.